Ah, ladies and gentlemen, anybody want to tell me just what in the walls came tumbling down is going on here? What in the hell is going? Who authorized y'all to build this damn wall? I mean, I don't know everything about building no damn wall, but I know y'all don't know either. You ever just felt in your spirit that somebody was finna get their ass fired? Like you ever just felt like somebody gonna lose their damn job today? I feel it right deep down in my soul. I know y'all ain't gonna make it. Y'all are not gonna make it. Somebody ass is getting ready to go. Y'all finna be in the unemployment line. That's all that is to it. We already see this. The whole wall done fell down. Y'all, somebody trying to do too much at one time. Damn it, hey, hey. What did you put on your application? Y'all got to go back and y'all got management reviewing application. Now, what the hell did you put down? How much experience did you say you had in building walls and things of that nature? Now, we looking at, you said that you had 12 years of experience. 12, you did your damn wall done fail. Huh? Legos don't count. Tetris don't count. What kind of experience? We got to dig deeper. You about to get everybody fired right here. Not just you, but whoever fired your ass. Or whoever hired your ass, that's what I meant to say. But damn it, anyway, somebody got to go.
Shalom, all praises, glory, honor, and fear. YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashim, and Kakadash. That belongs to elders and citation to election. And a lot of guys, they're building a wall just like that, man. No instruction, not taking heed to how the example was laid, thinking they can just build upon the Lord and the foundation any just way they want to. And just like he said, someone's finna get fired. The Lord's gonna start firing guys and laying guys off, and basically Humpty Dumpty dudes, man, fall from the wall. Just like with Babylon. Babylon is fallen. And this is what's about to happen, man, because guys are coming and building not how the Lord told you to build. The Lord said, let every man take heed how he build thereupon. And a lot of guys are not taking heed to anything. They're not taking heed, man. And this is Ezekiel 13 and 1. I'm sorry, verse 1, because this is the title of this chapter is False Prophets Condemned. And a lot of you false apostles, like I said, I did that video just recently, which you have bombs going off, rocket sirens, people dying out there in Jerusalem and Palestine. There's so much confusion and evil going on in the land of Jerusalem, but also amongst our people that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, primarily here in America and the States, where the big showdown's happening between the real and the fake, the house of David and the house of Saul. And they're in all these camps, and the Lord, he's sifting, he's really showing who's who. And the sad part about it is, like, a lot of well-known and well-renowned and famous guys, they're actually on the side of the highly exalted, and they're going to be abased with them, you see, because they're not building the wall correctly. This is Ezekiel 13. Matter of fact, let me go to Proverbs real quick, because the Lord said, if you don't have rule over your spirit, then you're just like that wall, man. Not strong, not able to withstand the winds, right? The waves, all these doctrines of devils, and all these tribulations and things that happen. In Proverbs 25 and 28, verse 27 says, it is not good to eat much honey, so for men to search their own glory is not glory. So guys are seeking their own glory. They want their own camp to be glorified and this, that, and the third. But that's not true glory. And see, the true candlesticks of the Lord, what they're searching out right now is who's really of the Lord and who's really not. Who's also shining their light in the darkness and reproving darkness and not having fellowship with darkness. And those that aren't. It says, so for men to search their own glory is not glory. Because the only thing you should be seeking 10 times more and searching for is the glory of the Lord, and also others that have the glory of the Lord as well, just like you. You see? It says, he that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. You see, anything and everything can just enter in and come in without any fight. And see, a lot of guys, what's happened to them is that they're worse than when they first came to this truth, because them demons have overtaken a lot of men in this truth. Ezekiel 13, and it says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, hear ye the word of the Lord. And the word of the Lord is going to be found with those that are actually in and of and loyal and faithful to YAHAWASHI. You see? Because a lot of guys, they prophesy out of their own heart. They prophesy deceits. They prophesy unto you lukewarm in an uncertain sound, an uncertain trumpet. Well, maybe, we're going to find out who's with the Lord, who's really chosen of the Lord. When, man, you can already tell who's of the Lord and who's not. And that's what it was. I was going to say this. I'm going to say this because when YAHAWASHI came on the scene, right, when he first started his ministry, you had Nathaniel, you had a certain of the disciples. They right away figured out that he was a Messiah. Just like right away you could figure out, like John the Baptist, right away, right, very speedily, right at that right moment he laid his eyes on him, he could see that the Pharisees and scribes, they weren't white. That's why I said, who warned you of the damnation to come? Because that warning wasn't for them, man. They were going to be caught up in that damnation for being exalted and famous and praised of men. Choosing rather the praises of men, them being praised in their own glory, rather than the glorifying the Lord and praising the Lord. Ezekiel 13:3, and thus saith the Lord God, woe unto the foolish prophets. See, the same thing with the Lord is saying in Matthew 23, Luke 11, woe unto you hypocrites. And we're at a war right now, man. And when you're at war, there's bullets flying. You might want to go to sleep, but you have to stay up to keep watch so that you and your other fellow soldiers won't get killed in the night in your sleep. You see, we're in a spiritual war, man. And a lot of guys, you forgot what time you're in and what's going on. We're at war. And this third world war is coming quickly, but the word of the Lord is quick. So we're basically in a war of words. Those that have the word of the Lord and those that just have words of the Lord, but they're fake, man. They use the Lord in the name just for their own gain, their own reasons. It says, thus saith the Lord God, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. See, they don't have the vision of the Lord. That's why at the end, they're not speaking. The Lord said in Habakkuk 2, at the end it shall speak and not lie. They're lying. They're being found liars, man. O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the deserts. Now, let me get a precept. Because a fox in the desert, what are they looking for? They're looking for anything and everything just for themselves. Matthew 8, and the Lord, he didn't show you that example. The Lord showed you example of, let every man look for their brother rather than himself. That's the example that YAHAWASHI gave. Being a servant. Giving yourself and helping someone else rather than yourself. Putting yourself second. You see? And let's get that precept. Let's go to I think it's an Acts. Slacky, bear with me. Yeah, but the Lord said, let every man look to another's, look to each other's. All right, Philippians 2:4. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. And that's the spirit of the Lord, being charitable. And that means you're going to be filled with the Spirit and filled with all the riches of the Lord. It says, let this mind be in you, which was also in Hamashiach YAHAWASHI, which is only going to be found within the few. The mind of the Lord, which is going to be precious in these days. Ezekiel, and let me get Matthew 8 and 18. It says, I'm sorry, verse 16. It says, When the even was come, they brought unto him many that were possessed with devils, and he cast out the spirits with his word. And that's what we're doing right now. We're casting out spirits and devils with the word of the Lord, YAHAWASHI. And healed all that were sick, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, himself took our infirmities and bare our sicknesses. Now when YAHAWASHI saw great multitudes about him, he gave commandment to depart unto the other side. And a certain scribe came and said unto him, Master, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. And YAHAWASHI saith unto him, the foxes have holes. See, the foxes, the false prophets, they have a place here. And the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man have not where to lay his head. See, so YAHAWASHI is letting the scribe know, like, listen, man, it's not going to be easy. You're going to be like a pilgrim. You're not going to have a place anywhere. You're not going to be comfortable anywhere. You're not going to be accepted like that. You see? Ezekiel 13:4, O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the deserts. You have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle of the day of the Lord. Because a lot of guys, when you're coming and teaching, you want people to take a seat, relax. Don't try anyone's spirit by the Spirit. Don't figure out who's the Lord and who's not. Just as long as they have your camp name, as long as they're around you and they're giving you money and all this bullshit and praising you and glorifying you, then everything's okay. See, and there's a big price to pay for a lot of you guys, man. They have seen vanity and lying divination, saith the Lord. The Lord hath not sent them, and they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word. You see? But they're not confirming it. And when you go to that word confirm is to endure, to stand, to be proven, be valid, to be fulfilled. And Lord said, not one jot, one tittle shall no wise pass from the law until all be fulfilled. And a lot of things being fulfilled, because a lot of guys, they're basically disregarding the little things. Oh, who cares? It's just one letter if you call Isari, and oh, you only have one subscriber. You know, they're disregarding the little things. But see, the little things is the Lord's dealing with. He's making it a great tree. You see, a great mountain, and it's gonna possess and take over the whole world. It says, have ye not seen a vain vision, and have ye not spoken a lying divinations? Whereas ye say, the Lord saith it, albeit I have not spoken. Therefore thus saith the Lord, power, because ye have spoken vanity and seen lies, therefore behold, I am against you, said YAHAWASHI. So the Lord's against these fucking prophets, man. Lord's against a lot of you guys that claim to be in this truth. And that's why the Lord has the spirit on the few men that's actually in the Lord to rebuke you, man. Whether you hear or forbid, that don't matter. The word's going out. YAHAWASHI is making his voice known, and his intents of his heart is known. Whether you hear or forbid. Lord said, prophesy to the wind. Because guess what? The word of the Lord is not going to come back void. The word of man is going to come back void. See, if the Lord is not behind them, or what they're saying. Verse 9, and mine hand shall be upon the prophets that see vanity and that divine lies. They shall not be in the assembly of my people, neither shall they be written in the writing of the house of Israel, right? The book of life. Neither shall they enter into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am YAHAWASHI. So you're going to know the Lord is the Lord and who's with the Lord by what? The Lord standing up for their cause, our cause, and destroying all of our enemies and adversaries actually came up against us, man. And disregard us and hate us. Because they have seduced my people, saying peace. And by peace they shall destroy many. And it's not just Esau, it's also our own people. They're saying peace and shalom, they're going to destroy many. With their subtle, sweet spirit, their smooth spirit, right? And there was no peace. And one built up a wall, and lo, others daubed it with untempered mortar. You see, so guys is building their own wall with no foundation, not on YAHAWASHI, right? Not taking heed out of their building. And lo, others daubed it with untempered mortar, which they're daubing it with things that's not really going to stand or become strong. You see, that word untempered is something that is foolish and insipid, tasteless and unseasoned. You see, having no season, having no salt, whitewash. You see, this is what they're building and daubing they're building with, man, because they're not building on the house of David, man. They're saying with their mouth, but really they're building themselves up in this world, not in the spirit. And that word insipid is uninteresting, and that word insipid is uninteresting and tasteless, lacking flavor. And that's why you can't really eat. The Lord said about Korah and Dathan and Abiram, don't touch anything of theirs, man, lest you be consumed in their wickedness. You see? And the Lord said, let your speech be always what? Seasoned with salt, that you may know how to answer every man. See, guys don't have the answer. They don't have YAHAWASHI. And their speech isn't seasoned. It's unseasoned. It's uninteresting. It's a lukewarm. It's wickedness, man. It's slothful. You see? And just as the Lord, he cursed the fig tree when he came across it and there was no fruits on it. And he said, let no fruit grow on hereafter. And the same thing's happening with a lot of guys right now, man. They're withering away right as we speak. Jeremiah 24:3. Then saith the Lord unto me, what seest thou, Jeremiah? And I said, figs, the good figs, very good, and the evil, very evil. See, there's no middle part. Guys want to act like this, there's a middle ground, like, oh, he's kind of good, he's kind of not. No, it's either you're in the Lord or you're not of the Lord. You're sent of the Lord or you're not. And the ones that sent to the Lord, they're going to be hated, despised, rejected, excommunicated, right? Despised. Men are going to hide themselves from them, act like they don't know them, they're not aware of them. But see, we're not known yet well known. It says, the good figs very good, and the evil very evil, that cannot be eaten. They are so evil. So you can't really eat. You can't get any nutrition out of what they're saying. You can't get any substance from what they're saying, because how shy is not the main ingredient. Again, the word, and that's it. They're very evil. Let me get this precept as well. This is Luke 22:66. I'm gonna start verse 63. And the men that held YAHAWASHI mocked him and smote him. This is what they did to our Messiah. And those that serve the Lord truthfully and sincerely and for real, we're gonna go through the similar mocking, man. And them smiting us with a tongue and you know what I'm saying? And the men that held YAHAWASHI mocked him and smote him. And when they had blindfolded him, they struck him on the face and asked him, saying, prophesy, who is it that smote thee? And these evil, corrupted demons are back here into this truth today, trying to take away your eyesight, trying to take away your eye and blindfolding you, man. You see? That's why guys got that spirit of, well, tell us who their names are. You see? Because they're carnal brute beasts. And many other things blasphemously spake they against him. And as soon as it were day, the elders of the people and the chief priests and the scribes came together. See, they're all coming together now too. And led him into their council, saying, art thou the anointed? Tell us. And he said unto them, if I tell you, ye will not believe. And if I also ask you, ye will not answer me, nor let me go. You see, they don't want the word to have its free course. They don't want the spirit to, to go. They want to trap it. Hereafter shall the Son of Man sit on the right hand of, and that's what they want to do. They want to blindfold the eyes of the Lord, and the eyes of the Lord's men, his sheep. You see, keep them blind like them. Hereafter shall the Son of Man sit on the right hand of the power of God. Then said they all, art thou the Son of God? And he said unto them, yea, say that I am. And they said, what need we any further witness? For we ourselves have heard of his own mouth. You see, so they was always like twisting his words and using what he was saying against him. It was just, that's what the wicked do, And the wicked are doing the same goddamn thing today. Because there's nothing new under the sun. That which hath been is what shall be done. There's nothing new. It's always happening over and over again. These same spirits come back here, they always do the same things they did in the past. You see? That's why when, certain things happen amongst this truth and camps and the Israelite movement, when certain things happen, those that have their spiritual eyes, and they've actually learned from what was written, all these things were written for our learning, right? Those that actually learned from the writings and the history and our forefathers and all the wicked that came up against the righteous, they you can pinpoint, who's who and who has what kind of spirit on them, you see? Ezekiel 13:11, say unto them which daub it with untempered mortar, right? Foolish, building insipid, with untasteless, not having the seasoning of the Lord, not salty, right? That it shall fall. There shall be an overflowing shower, and yea, O great hailstones shall fall, and a stormy wind shall rend it. Lo, when the wall is fallen, shall it not be said unto you, where is the daubing where ye have daubed it? Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I'll even rend it with a stormy wind in my fury. When you have that X-Men, I think her name's Fury or like Storm. It says, and there shall be an overflowing shower in mine anger, and great hailstones in my fear to consume it. So this is what the Lord thinks of you guys that are building on another foundation, that are building but not upon the Lord, and not following the Lord's example, which he laid down with his life, man. And that's why a lot of you guys, as is written in Hebrews, it's better for you to have never have known the truth than to have come in and built so wickedly, man. You see? And put the Lord, our Lord, to an open shame. Hebrews 6:6, if they shall fall away, to renew them again unto repentance, seeing they crucified to themselves the Son of God afresh, and put him to an open shame. Verse 8, but that which beareth thorns and briars is rejected, and is nigh unto cursing, whose end is to be burned. So this is what's going to happen to those that have no salt. They'll be cast to the fire, good for nothing. And that's why the Lord said, do men gather grapes with thorns, right? So the thorns, the things that make it hard to grab hold of, and cause bloodshed, right? That's what thorns do. They're gonna be cast to the fire, man. But the fruits that you can just pluck off, and ain't gonna hurt you, and you can consume and eat, those are gonna be preserved. Matthew 16 and 13. I saw verse verse 11. How is it that ye do not understand that I spake it not to you concerning bread, that ye should beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees, right? What they was doing, how they was coming, how they were building, what they were cooking and feeding the sheep. Then understood they how that he bade them not beware of the leaven of the bread, right? It wasn't carnal, it was spiritual, but of the doctrine, right? The teaching, how they were teaching their followers, but of the doctrine of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. And that's why us over here, we don't teach other Pharisees and scribes. We teach a whole different spirit, like Joshua and Caleb. We have a whole different spirit in us. Verse 13, when YAHAWASHI came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? And they said, some say thou art John the Baptist, some Elijah, others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. He saith unto them, but whom say ye that I am? 16, and Simon Peter answered and said, thou art the anointed, the Son of the living God. And YAHAWASHI answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. So if it takes flesh and blood and all this proof and all these carnal things, because that's why the Pharisees and chief priests and elders were so offended at YAHAWASHI, because YAHAWASHI, they know his dad, his mom, his brothers. He's like, oh, we know his brother, and they was offended at YAHAWASHI. You see? Flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto Peter. And I say also unto thee, thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. You see, because all things that try to build themselves up against the men of the Lord, is be what? Thrown down and fall. You see? Galatians 1:11. But I certify you, brethren, that the gospel which was preached of me is not after man. For I neither received it of man, neither was I taught it, but by the revelation of YAHAWASHI HaMashiach. For ye have heard of my conversation in time past in the Jews' religion, how that beyond measure I persecuted the church of God and wasted it, and profited in the Jews' religion above many my equals in mine own nation, being more exceedingly zealous of the traditions of my fathers. But when it pleased God, who separated me from my mother's womb and called me by his grace, to reveal his son in me, this is Paul talking, that I might preach him among the heathen, immediately I conferred not with flesh and blood. Whew. Neither went I up to Jerusalem to them which were apostles before me, but I went into Arabia and returned again unto Damascus. You see, so Paul, he proved himself to the Lord that he was serious, he was real. And Paul, he immediately conferred not with flesh and blood, that he revealed YAHAWASHI that was revealed in him. That's what he was preaching. Let me read this again. Galatians 1:15. But when it pleased God, who separated me from my mother's womb and called me by his grace. Now, this is talking about when when Paul was born again, when he received his sight all over again. Because when you come out as a baby, your eyes are closed, and then you opening up to light. Same thing what happened when with Saul, when he was taken down off that high horse. You see, he was humbled. He was reborn again as a little child. You see, and let me get this precept just to show you something. Because the Lord said he removed Paul from his mother's womb, right? Now check this out. I believe it's Ecclesiastes. Yeah. Ecclesiastes 3:9. Check this out. So let me read this precept because this is heavy, man. Galatians 1. All right, Galatians 1:15. It says, but when it pleased God, who separated me from my mother's womb and called me by his grace. Now, what are you compassed about in your mother's womb? In blood. Your blood, you're a bloody man. You're a bloody person. Blood's all over you. Now, check this out. And that's what Saul was. You see, he was killing killing a lot of the followers of Messiah, the Israelites. And he's had that same thing happening today with a lot of guys. Now, some are going to repent like Saul and some ain't. Some the Lord's going to just keep on the high horse until he destroys them when he comes back. Ecclesiastes 3:9. For the blessing of the father establisheth the house of children, but the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations. You see? The curse of our people roots out the foundation. What roots out YAHAWASHI and the prophets and the apostles, which you have to be built up upon. And when you go to I was meditating upon this precept. Check this out. Matthew 23 and 37. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets. You see, what's Jerusalem? The mother of us all. Whew. And stonest them which are sent unto thee. Right? Stephen was stoned. How often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings, and ye would not. You see how heavy that is, man? Jerusalem, and get that in Galatians. Alright, Galatians 4:26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. You see? But right now, our city is left unto us desolate, man. And the vast majority of our people is desolate and destroyed for lack of knowledge. Ecclesiastes 3:10. Glory not in the dishonor of thy father, for thy father's dishonor is not glory unto thee. For the glory of a man is from the honor of his father, and a mother in dishonor is a reproach to the children. I'm gonna keep reading here too, because this goes into what's going on right now in this truth. My son, help thy father in his age, and grieve him not as long as he liveth. And if his understanding fail, have patience with him, and despise him not when thou art in thy full strength. For the relieving of thy father shall not be forgotten, and instead of sins it shall be added to build thee up. So the house of David is very merciful, the true man of the Lord, and we're just continually building and strengthening our people, whether they hear or forbear, whether they hate us or they love us. In the day of thine affliction it shall be remembered, thy sins all shall melt away as the ice in the fair warm weather. Seeing this, that's the house of David, man. Sirach 3:16. He that forsaketh his father is as a blasphemer, and he that angereth his mother is cursed of God. My son, go on with thy business in meekness, so shalt thou be beloved of him that is approved. You see, so you're gonna be beloved of YAHAWASHI, and it's gonna show. You know, Hebrews 2 and 13. You know what? 11. For both he that sanctifieth and they who are sanctified are all of one, for which cause he is not ashamed to call them brethren, saying, I will declare thy name unto my brethren. In the midst of the church will I sing praise unto thee. And again I will put my trust in him. And again, behold, I and the children which God hath given me. So Lord, he's entrusted us with his word and his truth. And we won't forsake it or dishonor him. And like the Lord said in Malachi, you know, you've had fathers of the flesh, and you show them honor. How much more the Father of spirits and live? You see, 14. For as much then as children are partakers of the flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of the same, that through death he might destroy him that hath the power of death, that is the devil. See, because the flesh profits nothing. The flesh is weak, man. You see? So yeah, man, Lord, when you was edified, but matter of fact, I'm gonna close off on Ezekiel 13 because it's very important how you build and who you're listening to, who you're eating from, who you're basically making covenants with, man, and whose side you on. But at the end of the day, it's all predestination. Everyone's where they're supposed to be. Ezekiel 13 and 14. And another thing too, you know, you have your times where you're gonna feel like, you know, it's like, damn, like, there's not a lot of people that's really like defend the truth how they should. But I mean, that's how the true man of the Lord always felt. Psalms 102 and 6. I am like a pelican of the wilderness. I am like an owl of the desert. And they're like alone, you know. I watch and I'm as a sparrow alone upon the housetop. You know, those that actually are solitary and soldiers, and they can hold their own and be alone in the Lord, and they don't have to be around so many people because they know that the Lord's with them, you know. The angels and the spirit, you know. The words of the Lord are more heard and quiet than he that ruleth among fools. Mine enemies reproach me all the day, and they that are mad against me are sworn against me. You see that? So our enemies, they reproach us all the day. They're against us. They swear against us. You know, and there's many that hate the righteous. Ezekiel 13 and 14. So I break down the wall that ye have daubed with untempered mortar, and bring it down to the ground, so that the foundation thereof shall be discovered. And it shall fall, and it shall be consumed in the midst thereof, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. Thus will I accomplish my wrath upon the wall and upon them that have daubed with untempered mortar, and will say unto you, the wall is no more, neither they that have daubed it. To wit, the prophets of Israel which prophesy concerning Jerusalem, and which see visions of peace for her, and there is no peace, saith the Lord power. See, they're not preparing our people for what? For war, for battle. They're preparing you to be taken by Esau in an easy kill. You see? You know how when you fatten someone up, you know, you give them everything they want, and you make them feel good, and then they start to fall asleep. They want you to fall asleep, man. So it won't be so hard to just keep going for the kill. Likewise, thou son of man, set thy face against the daughters of thy people, which prophesy out of their own heart, and prophesy thou against them. You see, and that's going into a whole different topic, you know. All praises, glory, honor, and fear. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakudash, Abad, Babal, destruction and demise to all of you anti-Yahushais, and I mean it. Destruction of Baba Baal, like Mashapayim, all you wicked Pharisees, chief rulers, and elders, and all you multitudes that said, crucify our Lord, and you wanted murderer instead. And that's what you're doing now. That's what you're choosing now too. You love the murderers rather than the Lord's anointed. See, this is your time to be destroyed. Your blood shall be required now. Shalom to the elect. Stay strong, stay sincere, and stay real. Only a few of us left. Shalom.